Welcome back, everybody. You know when you have just that tickle in your throat? That's what I had right going to break. I'm like, I just got to get us to commercial. Just get us to commercial. Almost made it. Welcome back on this Tuesday morning. It's great to be joined by Dragon men's basketball coach Tim Bergstraster. Joins us each and every Tuesday at 10:35. Dragons have a biggie coming up this weekend. Unbeaten Minot State coming to town, ranked in the top 20 of the Division II polls. It just keeps on rolling here. You know, you had a slugfest of a weekend, which I want to get to in a second, but this is life in the Northern Sun.
Yeah, it's never ending. Like we talked about last week, there's a consistent challenge there, and as soon as you get through a weekend, it's like, all right, now we got more stuff to stress about. But it's a fun part of the competition, and yeah, it's going to be like that every single night here. The NSIC is top to bottom. Everybody's got players, a lot of close games. I mean, you look at all the box scores every weekend, just a lot of close competition. So, like I said, anybody can beat anybody if you're not ready to play.
How big is this one, Tim, knowing, okay, we got this, then we're off for a couple weeks. You want to go in, obviously, to the holiday break on a good vibe.
Yeah, I always want to go into the holiday break on a happy note. Obviously, I'll be happy anytime I'm with family, but there's always you never want to go on a break on a loss because that just kind of lingers no matter what you do. But it'll be, we'll see how the weekend goes. It'll be nice to get a much needed break for a lot of guys. I mean, our guys need some rest. We're pretty beat up like any team in the league, but it's a big time opponent here coming Friday, and that's something we got to focus on here first. And it's gonna be a big week of prep, but it's that Christmas break. It's always something special. It's as a basketball player, coach, you get 7 to 10 days of just being with your family, and when you come back, then it's kind of nice too because then it's just basketball. Yep. We feed them, and then they get free time. I mean, that's really all it is. So they'll play video games, basketball, and just eat. So what better?
That's pretty good, right? Pretty good was the game Friday night. You knew it when you talked with us last week about that game at St. Cloud State, and we were just visiting off air. Did that play out exactly like you thought it would?
Yeah, I mean, I knew what we were getting into on that one. They're a very, very tough-minded team, very scrappy, play physical, play extremely hard. So that didn't surprise me one bit. And I had to give our guys a subtle reminder on that at halftime. I was like, hey, everything we prepped for and told you, this is what's happening. Yeah. So I got to stop acting like we're surprised. And our team handled a ton of adversity. We had 4 starters with 2 fouls in that first half. I think there was like 8 minutes left, and I was playing our entire bench and a true freshman. So we were scrapping. We were finding a way, trying to weather the storm. And we were down by 1 going into half, and we figured it out. But that's just life on the road, and that's what a team's all about. When someone goes down, someone's got to be ready to step up and do something and just compete and play hard. So that was a gritty win. Very, very tough physical basketball game.
So they got it to 2, eventually got it to 1 with 30 seconds left. Tell me about what the team huddles are like down the stretch there, obviously outside of making your free throws.
Yeah, just telling the guys, be ready to step up and make a play. I mean, we just got to play smart, understand that we've been in these situations before. And when it comes to winning time, you just got to make smart basketball plays. You got to take care of the ball and execute a game plan. I mean, obviously in those winning time situations, there's things about getting the ball in, hitting your free throws, and, getting the ball where it needs to go. But it helps when you have guys that have been there and done that. You could tell the teams that have not before. But,
yeah,
Eddie Benenga, he was a little mad at himself after the game. He went 2 for 4 at the end of the game, but even then, he had 2 big free throws to even at least extend it to a 2-point lead. And then I tried to tell him too. I told him after the game, I was like, you got a humongous rebound and a free throw block out in the middle of like 5-6 people. So it's just not being afraid to step up and make winning plays. That's what it always comes down to. It's not easy for anybody in those kind of moments, especially when it's on the road. But for us to come out of that one with the win, you take a deep breath and keep it moving.
Is that one that you start maybe in February, say, hey, guys, we can rely on this experience that we had back in December?
Oh, without question.
Yeah.
And it's, everybody always says you're battle tested, and that's definitely going to be an example of, hey guys, like we've been through some pretty tough times, especially on the road, and we found a way. No matter, it wasn't perfect. You had all the foul troubles, guys not playing as many minutes. Some guys didn't play great games, but in the end, we found a way, and that's what true winning basketball teams do.
Then the game on Saturday in Bemidji, I mean, you get out to a great first half, and then that game gets tight, which of course is the nature of certainly of a back-to-back. Describe how the game went Saturday night against BSU.
Yeah, Dragons love giving up double-digit leads. I don't know what the heck it is. I'm trying to, have a meeting of the minds here and see what we can do to figure that out. But again, it's a game of runs, and people are going to keep coming at you. And we started off really hot in that first half, and we were hitting a lot of good shots. I mean, I thought they were great shots for our team too. We were guarding pretty well. And they're a very dangerous team from three, and we knew that. So it was more so at halftime, like, hey guys, what we've done is working, so let's just keep doing it. And I think we got a little bit away from that, unfortunately, something that we're trying to improve on. And on top of it, they hit some big time threes, and
Yeah.
I think they strung like 6 or 7 threes in that second half, and that's like that could change the game pretty quickly, especially when we were a little choppy on the scoring end. But again, it was thankfully we have guys that have been through this. They're veterans, and they just play with poise. In the end, when you have a younger team, they might get a little rattled, but it's like, hey, they're making their runs. We're playing okay. But it's like, just play it poised. That's what I had to tell them in the last media timeout. Just relax, take a deep breath. They're making their runs. Just, we got to execute these things a little bit better and then just play it poised. That's what it always comes down to.
But you got 2 wins, so that bus ride back had to feel pretty darn good.
Oh yeah, there ain't nothing better than a gas station on a road sweep, man. That's the first thing our guys say. It's like we can't talk about the game. It's the first thing they say. Hey, are we going to a gas station? But yeah, if you could sweep on the road and then SIC, I don't care how mad you might be about certain things about one of the game. You better be smiling and just keep it moving, because that is very, very difficult. Everybody, I don't want to think it's a losing comment, but anybody would say even if you split on the road at SIC, that's a good thing. So we want to win every game we can, and we're gonna focus one game at a time. But we'll take a sweep anytime we get, whether it's on the road or
okay. Where did you stop? Where's the gas station you hit up then after the game?
To be honest, I can't remember. It was a big time gas station though. It was 10 minutes out of Bemidji.
Okay.
That was a big time gas station. They had a lot of high quality snacks, and then I'm a big time snack guy too.
Yes.
So I always respect someone that provides that.
All right. So what's the go-to? What did you have to get for the trip home then? For yourself?
Oh man, I'm a big time Ben and Jerry's guy.
Okay.
I love ice cream. I could have ice cream every single day. I don't do it because these love handles will get out of control. But I love chips. I just love snacks. Everybody always laughs at me because anytime you come to my office, I got a whole drawer full of snacks, and candy, chips, ice cream.
There you go.
But I try and do a good job of just make sure I get my protein fix in me if it's any kind of snack.
All right, what's in the drawer right now? If we were to ask you, what do you got? What do you got in your office right now?
Oh man, we got protein bars, protein chips. Here we go. Look at it. Protein chips, protein bars. So I gotta do it in balance because when the weekend hits, I let loose.
What's the go-to Ben and Jerry's flavor? What do you have to have?
Half baked.
Yes, that's mine as well. It's dominant,
yeah, my man. There
fantastic.
We go. Yep, the brownie and the cookie dough. Never have ice cream without
fantastic.
cookie dough.
No, it's fantastic.
That's right.
Great minds think alike here. You've got a heck of an opponent coming in. Matt Merkin's Minot State team. You saw them last year. They gave you 2 battles during the season. What is this challenge Minot throws at you for Friday?
Well, I'll just say Merkin's one heck of a basketball coach. I mean, he's been in this league for a very long time, and he knows what he's doing. And, they lost some pretty dang good players after this last year, and they reloaded accordingly, and a lot of guys stepped up. And they're just always so crafty on the offensive end. He knows how to put them on the floor and get those scores and advantage. They got a couple guys with Gunville and Cook who could really, really shoot it from 3. They got an absolute tank down on the block with Vandergrind. They just got very solid X Factor type guys around them too. So they're a dangerous team, and they're big, they're athletic, and they can all move and fill it up. So we're gonna, like you said, anytime we play Minot, it's a battle. It's just not a lot of blowouts. I know they popped us once at home a few years ago. We don't want that to happen this year, but that's how they play. They're a very explosive offensive team, and they know how to trick you. And it'll be, I'm anticipating a very competitive game just between 2 teams who respect each other and what they're doing.
It's the battle of the Wysocki brothers as well. What do you anticipate for that on Friday?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's funny because Sean, Wysocki, he grabbed me last week when we were talking, and I was just joking with him, like, I never thought I'd be playing you 39 minutes as a true freshman, but here we are.
Right.
And then he's like, well, coach, I'm just, I'm excited for next week. I was like, we got one more game, young fellow, to knock out. But he's like, I know, coach, because I can't wait to see my family and go against my brother. It's just a unique situation that doesn't happen a lot. And both teams are playing pretty well at this time of the year, so it's going to be a special moment. I was thinking about it this morning. It'll be a special moment for the Wysocki kids and then their families. Well, I think their mom and dad got like the split shirts, with the dragon and the beaver kind of deal. I haven't seen the prototype yet, but I guess they got something whipped up.
Did you look at Jaden coming out of high school, or was that just wasn't a fit at that particular time?
We already had a position
Yeah.
filled, but yeah, we definitely kept an eye on him. And I remember him specifically of, he had kind of a slow start, and like by the end of his senior year, like he was playing extremely well.
Yeah.
And he grew a little bit more, and that's kind of high school. Like sometimes these guys grow 2 or 3 inches and expand their game even more from the beginning to the end of their senior year. So I really think that he was kind of he was an under the radar type guy. And Merkin, he's done a great job
Yeah.
of getting those kind of people, and then even more so when they get to him, they develop the crap out of
Yep.
them. They really, really elevate their games to another level. So that's not surprising me the success that he's having by any means, but it'll be now I'm not sure on the matchups, and we haven't talked about that as a staff. I don't we'll see if they match up against you. I'm sure in some course of the game they'll be matched up on each other.
Well, I know we talked last year when you got Sean to sign what kind of player. Boy, we hope he could be. I mean, you mentioned it earlier. You weren't ever in your wildest dream expecting to play him 39 minutes. What has he done to say we need to play him and we may need to play him this much?
Yeah, he's well with the injuries that just made sense, and then he's just a very long mobile athlete,
Mm.
and he's a very good defender. He's very active on the offensive end, so he's really just given us something we didn't have at the time. But he's he's kind of a Swiss Army knife, man, and he's just such a coachable young man. He does exactly what you tell him to do, which is always what you want as a coach. But yeah, his best game is ahead of him, and that's what we keep telling him. I'm trying to push him and to say, hey man, like I don't want you playing like a freshman. And there's times we're showing him clips of like I need you being more aggressive here and all that. But like he's learning on the fly.
Yeah.
But talk about a young man being thrown in the fire, and he's excelling. So it's something we're really proud of what he's doing.
This late in the game for student wise, what do you hope for a great student turnout? Now finals are wrapping up. What do you expect crowd wise for this one on Friday?
Yeah, I'm not sure what to expect, but the FM area, I think it'd be a good buzz. I mean, you got
Yeah, man.
two top 15 teams going at each other here, so I'd hope any basketball fan would really want to come and check things out. I encourage you to get out here. But yeah, I'm assuming that most of our students will be off campus here going on to break, and I would too if I was them. If I was there, I'd be getting home right away to see my family and get some home cooked meals. But it's I don't think it'll be a down crowd, but it's always nice when you get that student section in there. But I'd anticipate just like basketball fans, why wouldn't you want to make the trip? It should be a very
No
competitive basketball
doubt. You don't
game.
need to convince me on that one. It's going to be dynamite. Before
Yeah.
I let you go, you've been at MSUM for a bit. You got to have a good story on Carla Nelson. We've had Carla on the show. We're going to have her again after she got her 300th career win. Can you share one that's fit for the air about maybe your first interaction with Carla?
Oh man. I don't really have like a goofy one, to be honest. I mean, she lives like 5 houses down from me. So I see her walking her 3 dogs.
Got to walk the dog. Yep, I know
Yeah,
that.
she
Yep.
walks her 3 dogs
Yep.
like 3 times a day. She's very active.
Yes.
But yeah, she's always out and about. It's been nice to see her. She's always willing to help. She's offered to like cut our grass and she'll never snow blow, which I don't blame her. Who would want to do that up north? But yeah, I'm happy for her getting that 300. It's I know I talked to E about it as well, but she's done incredible things in this league to win at that many games
Yeah,
in
man.
such a great NSIC league. That's very impressive, and we're very relatable just at a competitive mindset. She's extremely intense. I don't think there's any secret about that, and she's got a group of gals playing really hard and they're
Yep.
playing together. So it's I'm really happy for what she's accomplished and what their program's doing right now.
I know how tough she is. I went to interview her one time, just a couple years ago, and she broke her wrist. You may remember this. And
Yeah.
she was out walking her dog, and she biffed it, and back at practice the next day with the cast on and everything, and didn't miss a beat.
Oh no, she ain't gonna miss on that. She's tough. She's that's how she's wired.
Oh,
That
man.
don't surprise me one bit.
It's great to see you, bud. Congrats on the big weekend. Good luck this weekend. We'll talk again next week, okay?
Sounds good, sir. Appreciate you.
Tim Bergstraster joins us each and every Tuesday at 10:35. Dragons are the 5th-ranked team. Again, let me reiterate. 5th, not in the region, in the country. And Minot State is ranked 12th in the country. That's a pretty tasty men's basketball matchup we got coming up on Friday night over in Moorhead. And as Tim said, and as Mike said earlier, what else are you doing? You got holiday lights. Okay, go do that. Then go watch the basketball game. It's going to be a dynamite one. And we'll have Coach Merkin on the show later this week. I'm sure he's got some St. Louis Cardinal jibes to get in with me, even though they weren't very good. And the Mets did win the pennant, or come close to winning the pennant this year. So we can joke about that coming up later on. in the week. Appreciate Tim giving us a few minutes. We'll take our final break. We come back. We'll get you ready for a loaded Sports Tuesday. We got 3 separate games we're televising tonight. We'll give you the lowdown on that and a bunch more as we wrap up Hot Mike right after this.